Hi, I'm Marin Bright, CEO of Smart Meetings, and here we are live at IMEX, and I'm talking with Issa Jouaneh, who's the Senior Vice President, General Manager of American Express Meetings and Events. And you've just come out with your brand new 2017 industry survey, and there's all kinds of wonderful results. Can you give us a little bit of the insights of what your results were?
Absolutely, happy to. American Express Meetings and Events just launched, as you mentioned, the 2017 Global Meetings and Events Forecast. We're seeing actually shifting sentiment. For the first time in the last 2 years, we're seeing more caution and a bit more pessimism overall in terms of the overall growth rates. In 2016 and going into 2015, we were seeing pretty significant growth rates. Looking forward into 2017, we're forecasting flat to 1% growth, so still positive, but there's a bit of caution out there and a bit of hesitancy, I would say, tied to economic conditions and concerns around safety and security.
What would you say were the 3 to 5 top trends that you can see that might be happening in the industry right now?
I would say that regionally, you're seeing some regional differences. So in North America, you're seeing a lot more merger and acquisition activity, which is driving more training, sales type meetings. So that's an interesting trend that we're seeing in the US. And we're seeing a bit of uncertainty tied to the election in the US and the economic slowdown in Canada. So that's driving the flat to positive 1% growth. I think what's interesting and what we are looking forward to seeing in 2017 is whether this shifting sentiment is actually going to materialize into less spend and less volume. So far it's just sentiment, and we'll see if that materializes into actual less spend.
So it could go back to a buyer's market as opposed to a seller's market.
I think so. I think there's potential there. You know, clearly the inventory availability and the capacity is an important component of that. But at this point in time, we are expecting continued growth going into 2017.
Yeah, well, that's good news for all of us here at IMEX. As you can see, the floors have been bustling, and there seems to be a lot of people and no signs of any slowdown. However, caution is in the air, and there are a lot of changes on our horizon, certainly, as you mentioned, with the election and then with the economy and safety reasons. Is there anything that you would like to share with our audience that they might be able to use as a takeaway as part of the survey?
Around safety and security and the importance of compliance and risk management within a meetings and events program. That's clearly taking on a more important role in terms of managing a program and being able to deliver that successfully. And so that's very much a component of successful meetings and events going forward. I would also see that we're seeing an elevation of the meetings and events profession. It's much more about execution. It's much more than just execution and service. It's very much around delivering value and delivering return, achieving the attendee experience, and delivering on the business objectives and demonstrating the value that a meeting professional can drive for their company and for their clients.
It really is a much more complex profession than a lot of people think that it is, and we certainly see a lot more folks applying for CMPs and going for more the credentials, and that's good news for our industry as a whole. It's raising the bar there. It's wonderful to have a chance to talk with you. And on a closing note, what would you say that we should all have as our mantra for 2017?
Well, thank you, first of all, for your time and for speaking with me. I would say that we need to continue collectively as an industry to make meetings and events a destination for talent. So continue to make this an attractive industry for young professionals to join and continue to be able to provide the great services and the value for companies that we do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.